Start! Walk Lena! Lay! Unpaid! Chassis! Push! See? Good. Ready? Go. Done. Done. Hey. Up break. Arrow. On, yes. See. Landing. Roll. Hold. Sink. Roll.
Again, Ushla. Ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome to Collins Barracks for today's unveiling of the Hall of Heroes. General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade, Brigadier General Patrick Flynn, is delighted to welcome you all here today to acknowledge the sacrifice, gallantry, courage, and service of soldiers of Collins Barracks garrison units who are awarded the Military Star, Military Medal for Gallantry, the Jadoville Medal, or the Distinguished Service Medal. On parade today are members of the Defence Forces, Óglaigh na hÉireann, drawn from the units of Collins Barracks Cork. The outline of today's events is as follows. A roll call of the medal recipients honoured today, the arrival of General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade. The National and Brigade colours will then come on parade, followed by an address by General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade. The medal recipients honoured in the Hall of Heroes who are present today will then come forward onto the square to meet General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade. There will be a recital of prayer by the garrison chaplain, a laying of a wreath by General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade, and 1 minute silence. The flag officer will then raise the national colours to full mast. The medal recipients and families will then be escorted to the Garrison Museum for the official unveiling of the Hall of Heroes. Following this, refreshments will be available in the dining hall. I ask you all to now please ensure that your mobile phones are turned off for the duration of the ceremony. I will now call the names of the medal recipients honoured today. Thomas Barrett, Military Star. Stephen Griffin, Military Star. Michael McCarthy, Military Star. Patrick Mullins, Military Star. Adrian Ainsworth, Military Medal for Gallantry. Michael Daly, Military Medal for Gallantry. Joseph O'Brien, Jadoville Medal. William Hannigan, Jadoville Medal. Timothy Sullivan, Jadoville Medal. Seamus Kavanagh, Jadoville Medal. William Callahan, DSM. Noel Bergen, DSM. Patrick Nash, DSM. Carol O'Sullivan, DSM. James Parker, DSM. David Stapleton, DSM. Kevin Noonan, DSM. Patrick Barry, DSM. Thomas Quinlan, DSM. Ian Byrne, DSM. Daniel Carroll, DSM. Morris Lorden, DSM. William McLaughlin, DSM. James Cotter, DSM. Michael Rowland, DSM. John Kavanagh, DSM. Anthony Connolly, DSM. Michael Dillon, DSM. Colin Douglas, DSM. William O'Sullivan, DSM. Patrick Hayes, DSM. John Keeley, DSM. Timothy McCarthy, DSM. Noel Mullins, DSM. Aidan O'Halloran, DSM. Edward Long, DSM. And Richard Penny, DSM. Again, Ushla, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite you to stand as General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade, Brigadier General Patrick Flynn, will now arrive on parade.
Roll! Out! Cortez Generalta, Harrogate, out! Garnora, Upbrig, out!
Again, Ushla, ladies and gentlemen, the National and Brigade colours will now be marched on parade.
Up, right up! And roll! Cortez, up, brother. Harrogate, out! Roll! Upright! Out!
Again, Ushla, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite you to be seated while General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade, Brigadier General Patrick Flynn, delivers a commemorative address.
Roll! Seek! Roll! Herr Hooker!
Comrades, serving and retired, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, is Cushmore an Ordumsa, mar General Officer Giganus and Cade Brigade, a bhean shoivur mask, con an Tospontus, Hall of Heroes, Untach Shaw, a Oscailte New, in Noon Dooney Quillan. As General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade, it is my honour to welcome you all to Collins Barracks today on the occasion of the official launch of the Hall of Heroes exhibition. I wish to acknowledge and compliment the serving and retired members of Óglaigh na hÉireann, along with the veterans groups ONE and Ionva, for developing and supporting this exhibition. In particular, I wish to acknowledge the work and efforts of Colonel Ken Kelly, retired, Sergeant Major Jerry Deneen, retired, CQMS Jerry White, retired, and Private Donald Vaughan, retired, whose contribution has ensured the success and compilation of this exhibition. On behalf of the serving members of the committee, I would also like to thank OIC Military Archives and Ms. Anne Brady of Vermilion for their assistance in bringing this project to fruition. This exhibition commemorates the actions of members of units based in Collins Barracks Cork, who were recipients of the Military Medal for Gallantry, the Distinguished Service Medal, the Jadaville Medal, and the families of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, who lost their lives in action and were presented with the Military Star. As you will see, each of the panel displays a short biography and a photograph of the recipient and explains to the reader the actions that merited these awards. As members of the Defence Forces, we fully recognise our values of respect, loyalty, selflessness, moral courage, physical courage and integrity, and we attempt to incorporate them into our military and civilian lives. As members of the Defence Forces, we recognise the importance of acknowledging and remembering those who have displayed these values during their service. The exhibition contains words of appreciation for the work conducted by members of the Defence Forces from our Commander-in-Chief, President Michael D. Higgins, and former President of the United States of America, John F. Kennedy. Also contained in the exhibition is the FF badge of Óglaigh which comprises of a sunburst on Galgrania, surmounted by an 8-pointed star, a point of the star being uppermost, bearing the letters FF, encircled by the representation of the ancient warrior's sword belt on which the words Óglaigh are inscribed. This link to our Celtic warrior heritage is echoed in the iconic image of Dying Cuchulainn by Oliver Shepherd, the story of which has long provided a metaphor for the resolve of the Irish nation, an apt reflection of those we are honouring here today. I would also like to pay tribute to the Band of One Brigade, whose musical repertoire always adds so much to each of our ceremonies, under the baton of Captain Brian Pritzker. Thank you very much. In conclusion, I would like to emphasise once again how honoured I am as General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade to be in the position to open this exhibition and commemorate the service of these individuals. I acknowledge the sacrifices made and support given by the families to the recipients during their service. I would like to take this opportunity to emphasise the Defence Force's awareness of the loss suffered by the families of those who lost their lives in the service of the state. I salute you today and always. Tá sólagan go minic sin sult agus canada sa spáinte seo, go nairi an mór linn go léir agus go raibh míle maith agaibh as up for fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will now ask all medal recipients honoured in the Hall of Heroes who are present today to please come forward to the designated position on the square in order to receive military honours and to be greeted by General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade, Brigadier General Patrick Flynn. Ginushla, ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite all medal recipients honoured in the Hall of Heroes to return to the seating area for the remainder of the ceremony. Remembrance of the deceased soldiers of Collins Barracks garrison units who were awarded the military star, the military medal for gallantry, the Jottoville medal, or the Distinguished Service medal.
Give them back to you, O God, who first gave them to us. As you did not lose them in the giving, so we do not lose them in the return. Lift us up, that we may see further. Strengthen our faith, that we may see beyond the horizon. While you prepare a place for us, as you have promised, prepare us also for that happy place, that where you are, we also, with those we have loved, forever and ever. Amen. Eternal rest grant unto them all, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them. May they rest in peace. May their souls, and the souls of all the faithful departed, and the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen. In Namenahar, Agus and Vig, Agus and Spirit Neo.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a replaying, a minute's silence, the sounding of last post, the raising of the national flag to full mast, and the sounding of Reveille and the national anthem. I now invite all guests to stand. Serving members not on parade will salute for the last post, Reveille and national anthem.
Gardnora, Ashok Break. Leave.
Again, Ursula, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite you to observe the minutes.
Outbreak out.
Again, Ushla. Ladies and gentlemen, the National and Brigade colours will now be marched off parade. Following this, General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade will depart the parade.
Brother, on road. Attention, brother. And again, on. Roll. Break. Out.
Again, Ushla. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the military ceremonial aspect of today's events. The Hall of Heroes will now be officially opened. The medal recipients honoured in the Hall of Heroes and their families and guests will now be escorted to the Garrison Museum. General Officer Commanding 1 Brigade will officially open the Hall of Heroes with a ribbon cutting ceremony. All guests will thereafter be invited to the dining hall for refreshments. Thank you.
Roll. Seek. Roll.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to delay any further because I know people are under time pressures and all of that. Just again to say that I'm very honoured as GOC to be in a position to open this Hall of Heroes here today. It's been spoken about for a long time here in the Brigade, and we went through many courses of action, and I'm delighted to say that it has come to fruition and that we can honour these fantastic people here in the foyer of our museum. The location was discussed and this was kind of picked as the best location. And again, I'd like to thank all of the people that were involved in it. Without any further ado, it's my great honour to officially open this day.